Yes, it does. Yes, it does, ladies and gentlemen. Times take time. So, here in the shop again, trying to figure out what we can accomplish. Give us a thumbs up. Thanks for being part of the show. If you're watching this later on, even if you catch up with us at some point in time and watch part of it later, thanks for checking it out and being part of the broadcast. We did a little run earlier, should I say, some shop work, not to be confused with actually going for a ride or something. But yeah, welcome back. If you were there before, awesome, and thanks for being here again. Let's see. Oh, the prognosis we had. Leo. Sorry, let me get this screen under control here. Was watching that show with Op One Zilla earlier, and really did enjoy that. I was on the other phone. This one was charging from doing the little vlog or whatever you want to call this shit earlier. So, oh, that's the wrong one. Back and forth. All right, so just to bring you up to speed since our last broadcast, again, if you haven't checked out Op One Zilla, he's doing good things with a little liquid cooled jug. Very interesting, to say the least. Oh, let me get you over here where we're working. Everyone's having a blast on Father's Day weekend. So, yeah, man. Like I was about to tell you guys, Dreadlock Will stopped in his shop. He's going through some personal things in his life. So, do think of him, man. You know, he's trying to stay strong right now. Undergoing some different situations, but we all go through these trials and tribulations, man. So, you know, don't let your circumstance overwhelm you. There's a plan. There's definitely a plan. And yeah, keep on keeping on. Strive to do the next right thing. And yeah, I think we can overcome, man. You know, good orderly direction. So if you don't know, now you know. Welcome back to the podcast again. We did this morning where we're talking about unboxing of the 110cc. Thanks for being here with us. Friends, family, and beyond. We'll go through the speed freaks and whatnot later. Let's check out also what we have going on here. If you hit the notification bell and you're not busy, and this is your first time here, welcome to the show. And for all you guys who know what's going on, welcome back. Please do give us a thumbs up and drop a comment, man. We'd love to hear from you. So we're going to go ahead and take the gasket off here. This is the head gasket. Little tinish aluminum kind of thing. If I can get it with one hand. Just slightly offset here. The studs, the keepers for the housing of the cylinder off of the base. That's that there. Again, as I said before, this is a steel sleeve. We didn't get to actually get into this, but I know from having them before. It's got a good stamp. Like I said, this looks like a hardened, better produced, actual good cylinder and casing. I'm not sure if this came from Dawn's or if it's from CDH or who the actual importer was, but we do appreciate the seller. So far, so good. Again, my only complaint's probably going to be that there is not chrome rings in here. So since you're here, let's find out. Get that off to do a little magic. Try not to damage this at all if we can. A little low tap there. See if we can come in here with something else. We can try to get a little bit of leverage. Hold on, let's zoom in for you guys. So there we go. Might have ripped it a little there. I'm not sure. I don't think so. Oop. So we might have torn the gasket there. I don't think so though. So that's a good sign too. Just putting some pressure on there. We didn't have a problem. So looking forward to getting this open the rest of the way. We do have a 3-ring piston. So we're going to have a lot of heat, a lot of friction. We're going to definitely want to go with like probably, let's say somewhere between 6 and 8 ounces of 2-stroke oil per gallon of fuel. Yeah, I don't know if that's what the sound a monkey makes or what, but loving it, man. So, hey, glad you could hang out with me, and everybody else that's here or dropping in and out. Thanks for being part of this. Really enjoying this show. We got some choices to make here. I was thinking, like I said again, we're gonna have to take this broken testing, so we're gonna have to take this off. We got a replacement collar right there. We may either put the triple trees on, or we might put the single on, or we might put leave the rocker forks, the MZ Miami solid forks there. Kind of going towards probably putting those on, just leaving that set up. It's more work, so if we take those and put that on and swap that out, I'd give them a nice, comfortable ride. I mean, it is just a tad bit higher on the front. Not a whole lot we could do without maybe changing the handlebars. Got a few different sets here, so probably can find something we can. But yeah, it's gonna take a little bit of time. Time takes time, and said guys traded me a moped for this, so I want it to be dependable for him too. So yeah, definitely stay with us, guys, and look forward to a lot more on these passings in the adventure we call life here. And let's see what Leonard's saying. Oh, Kevin Shop is here. Okay, hey Leo, doing 3. How is it, Leo? How are you doing? There's something coming your way. Kevin, I got some stickers from you, man. If that's what I don't want to ruin a surprise, but I did want to say thank you, bro. So thumbs up for that. Anyhow, we'll keep moving on here. Looking at the cylinder head itself in comparison to the shape of the piston. So we're probably going to want to maybe just take the tiniest out of here. And, well, let's see. Is that might be Cerakote? No. Let's look under the light. Look under the light there. I don't know. What do you think, Leonard? It's that's just the casting itself, probably the same as the, but we could shave this just a tiny bit and maybe match it to that, or see. Well, we'd have to get the wheel in there anyway. So yeah, straight forks, buddy. Might try to find a different piston. This is a 52 millimeter piston, in case you guys don't know out there. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, the spark plug hole. Yeah, I talked about that earlier, Kevin. Definitely on that side for sure. Just the shaping. I mean, it's anyway. The hard part is up here. If you want to put a good NGK like an Iridium, or run like a E3332 what E332 plug. You're not going to be able to get your adapter in there to change it, so you have to do some work on that already, just rounding that, kind of reshaping it, I guess, if you want to say that. But that whole wall is kind of questionable in that sense. I can't really remember what I did before, to be honest, Kevin, but I knew that was already a problem. So yeah, good observation. Thanks for being a part of the show. Thanks for your insight. I'm going to put that over here in this tray. That's what we're working on now. That's what came off of this engine. While we're at it, guys, I can't get much further with that right now. Actually, I might be able to. We have to take this off, and get in there and add the timing wheel. Taking these rings out, all three of them, with one hand. I don't want to snap any of them. They do look like they're steel on steel, which is my big complaint from earlier. So we're looking at the possibility of replacing those, or changing the piston out to a 1-ring or 2-ring and putting a chromoly unit in that. So quite a bit of work ahead of us here, guys. Just wanted to try to give you all a shout out and wish you guys well, rubber side down, that kind of thing. But it's looking good, man. Looking good so far, you know. Anyway, what do we got here? Okay, let's get in here. It says, Kevin Shop, how are you doing? Pretty good. I'm due for a Tylenol, but my mind's getting a little cloudy here with the pain. No, sir. Though that is not a cutoff YD. That's a 110. That's a 52 millimeter piston, 40 millimeter stroke. Again, we got the 3 wires here. We talked about the possibility of running in the 12 volt on there, trying to get a light on this, or having some type of maybe battery with a converter box or whatever you call that, so you could charge something, and then maybe do like wireless lights or something, and have your control panel, the phone up in the front. I don't know, something, whatever. But first things first, I gotta get this freaking engine running. So, and I don't know how overboard I'm gonna go with this. I got so much work to do as it is. Yeah, we'll see. So anyway, let's see here. Yeah, Leonard, no, it does look like the single cylinder, actually. You're right. So anyway, yeah. But let me, I was just taking a break, gathering my thoughts. Let me try to get this off while you guys are here, and we'll find out what happened to this engine here, see if the cylinder is salvageable. We're going to be taking the other parts off there probably. More than likely, the crank's still good. If nothing else, we can pull that out of there and maybe use it in another build. I got a couple split cases down here and 2 or 3 more cases we do need cylinders for, so that's in the mix too. Just a lot to really concentrate on and, try to focus on myself and make this good for all of us and have a better day. But yeah, Matthew's here. Hey, Matthew, thanks for joining us, man. Matthew, if you guys don't know, he's over in Europe somewhere. I always mess it up. Czechoslovakia, I think. He's got a couple videos. We do have a part for him here. I have not sent it out. I have not forgotten. Wanted to put some other stuff in there too. So I do apologize. After having the stroke in my hand, I had said it was coming, and I must have tried to mail this stuff to this guy a few times, and nothing has panned out. If nothing else, Matthew, I'll just put that in an envelope and try to get that out to you here in a day or two. So we'll see we'll test the mail and see if we can get it to you, bud. Well, it's a great question, and it demands validation. The question we have at hand, folks, in case you're tuning in later, or if you're here now and you don't have this on your phone or your TV or whatever your device is here, we're pulling out the calipers, vernier calipers. It's digital. We're going to measure, just for verification, the size, the diameter, the bore of this cylinder. It's going to be roughly, because my hand's broken and everything there. I apologize, but let's get in here. The neighborhood is, so it says 51.5, Leonard. It's probably off slightly. It could, yeah. Anyhow, so 52 millimeter. I do it, like I said, it should be a 40 millimeter stroke. So Avenger 85, if that's the same, then they're lying about what it is. It's got whatever, I don't know, maybe. I couldn't tell you, don't care, man. That's just the math talking and trying to, spread knowledge. So 37 stroke generally. I'd probably say, good input, Matthew. I'd say the same thing, probably a 38. I don't know. I mean, I think I even have the little, the actual 49cc. It's the same size pancake, but that's your stamp on it there. The JS50. So that, I don't even know what that is. Let's try to measure it. Why not? I can do that with one hand. It's probably not going to be right, but just since we're all on here and having a good time learning and getting into the sport some more, let's do it. All right. Let's see if I can get in here. All right, see if you guys can see this. I'm just going to try to go probably from the center of the journal to roughly the center of the wrist pin. If you guys can see that, we're at, it says 102 millimeters. Well, let's try from here to the wrist pin. Roughly 61 millimeters. Yeah. So I don't know. I always thought this rod was shorter. However, let's get another one out, just for shits and giggles, as they say. Now we're learning something here. hopefully, this is a cool experiment. I can't get that one out of there right now. It's stuck. Let's try this one. All right. So this should probably be that is an AF80. Let's look at our stroke length on there. I don't know if you guys remember what that one was before. Was it 61? I'm not sure if my head's clear here. We're going to go from, what was it? The edge of the journal to middle of the upper bearing there. And that comes to 56 millimeters. So they're either the same and they're stamped differently, and the journal is a lot thicker here, maybe, or one of these is about, yeah, it could be a 38 and the other one could be a 40. So that's kind of that little, what you call. I don't know if you guys learned anything. I haven't jumped to any conclusions. Again, just base math, trying to do some simplistic theory, and maybe figure some stuff out about what some of these stamps mean. I know I also have one that's stamped 40 millimeter, and I also have another one that is stamped Zeta 80. So, Jason Bork, welcome. The 110 crank pin isn't pressed in 2.5 millimeters to make it 5 millimeters wider than a YD100. So, crank pin. I'm assuming you're talking about the upper arm bearing on the journal, or the wrist pin, if you want to call it that, whatever. This looks like it runs end to end on the piston here. The 110 crank pin isn't pressed in 2.5 millimeters to make it 5 millimeters wider than the YD100. So you're saying on the YD100, this is only 2.5 millimeters in length versus this one is 5 millimeters in length? I'm pretty sure I have some extra ones around here for comparison. I don't know if I quite follow that. I've had 100 YD100s. I've got here's a YD100 head. Here's a YD-DO100 head. So I don't remember any kind of dimension like that, to be honest. I'm sorry, Jason. Matthew says, you can tell a 38 stroke from the height of the bottom pin. The 40 will have visibly less space than the 38 from the top, from the of top crank weights. Well, I have a scale. I mean, we can get the piston off of there, and we can weigh it out. We can have somebody balance the crank. Not a problem. This isn't, I think this is a gram scale for cooking food, but I can use it, There's one for weight for humans, the glass thing there. That's what I use to polish the heads with if I don't have another way. So, Ross says, buy a 52 millimeter times 43 ring piston with 2 window holes. They sell them on eBay. Then you can make your own reed valve, Z moto setup. This is just get the engine on, bolt it to the bike, change the tire so it's dependable, and trade it for the moped. I got a lot of money into this already, Raul, and my only hang up right now is probably if I'm going to keep this set of forks, the single triple tree, or the long ones, or put those ones on there that have the shock so it's a smoother ride. This is an older guy. It's going to be there daily. So anyway, we might try to get a light on there yet. Like I said, I don't know, but it's kind of hard to do all this with one hand. But speaking of which, I'm like way long overdue for some Tylenol, guys. So let me go take care of that. I'll leave the show running and we'll talk some more in a few minutes. Thanks for being here. Oh, just set this up here. All right, fellas. Thanks for the moment of silence there for all our fallen service members and for praying for our country and whatever else you reflected upon. School is back in session. What do I got here? Beefier cranks are a different style of setup. Leonard says, I'm thinking about that statement. And Jason says, 110 is thicker webs, 19 millimeter. Thicker webs, 19 millimeter. Could you explain that some more, Jason? The only thing coming to mind right now is 17 millimeter, which is for the inner bearing on the bike axle. Or you're right. This is a 19 millimeter inside on the main drive. The bolt there, that's the one I know. Let's see. So anyway, just had some of the angel's breath there. Hopefully that whisks away my suffering. Arm's a little bit tender yet. I gotta get to the doctors and take a x-ray yet and find out if it's got to go into a harder cast or if we're gonna break it, reset it. But planning on doing that Monday. So yeah, let's why not? Jason, I think he said something about the let's get this cover off and actually, yeah, we'll put the timing wheel on here. What the heck? Let's find a socket. Get this off if we can. Switch it back around, guys. Thanks for being here. Jack Peterson, this hobby is great, but also a pain in the dick. Y'all feel me? Well, I mean, I don't like breaking down necessarily, so that could be an issue, Jack. What we're doing right now is I believe, the same thing that you would do on your Volvo, preventive maintenance, which is, replacing a part if it's worn or inspecting it just to make sure it's of top quality and there's nothing wrong with it. This is a brand new engine. Again, this is a second part podcast to unboxing this morning. Vlog or video chat, whatever you want to call it. Thanks for being here with us. We really do appreciate you. It can be a pain in the ass sometimes, That's a given, just like anything else. But if you don't love it, don't do it. I mean, that's the pretty much bottom line there. So I'm gonna check this all out. We're probably gonna rewrap the. What I like to always do is just take some electrical tape and go around here a couple of times. Let's see here. Sorry about that. I was getting a phone call. Take it later. Yeah. So we're going to rewrap this with electrical tape, and we'll put that back in. The spacing looks pretty good on that. We do have our little test card here. This is kind of a heavy-duty plastic playing card, if you will. And just bear with me, and we'll try to get that in there so you guys could see. So, not much of a gap if you're right at the top and right at the bottom. They look pretty much dead on. So, you did a nice job. I would like to rewrap that, if nothing else, just to save time, and also that it's not going to hurt at all. We can get in there with oh boy. Now we're just breaking things in the shop here. I got some 3M. Oh, good grief. Where is she at? 3M liquid tape. And we could coat that, just brush it on. Bother. That's probably over there. Who knows? Anyway, guys. Let's see. Sherry says, hey there. Nice to have you along. Wow, difference between the motors, it tells you 6680cc has a smaller width and bolt pattern, YD100, LD100, and the stock phantom bottom and same bolt spacing just a bit more widely, and the 110 is. Okay. Yeah, well, I guess I have to agree with you there. I mean, not that I would want to doubt that. I'm thinking the LD100 is just the dual spark. That's the name for that design unit. The YD100 is the single piece jug. As you guys know, there's also a BT100. That's a single piece jug. A little bit different stroke and piston. Yeah, so there's some out there to play with. Stick around, stay with us. Having a great time here. We're going to find out what happened to this engine and if there's anything salvageable in it. Like I said, 9 out of 10, it's the rings that get brittle because they're steel on steel, and it's supposed to be a chrome ring on steel, and that's what causes the engine to fail. Shit ass. Get the vape out of the way, so don't break it. Dump that into the tray. Okay. I still got a washer on there or not? I can't tell. Let's try to just. Sorry, guys. Let me set this down. Get his brain damage going everywhere. Well, we got some kind of detonation from the look of it. Either that or we're so clouded up with carbon. Piston got stuck where we'd need some seafoam possibly, but let's see here. We got, here's this. For the adapter. Well, anyway, probably a two-hand job. Focus right now is getting that engine together. Let's see if we can get this off of here, though, just to investigate a little further. All right, guys, sorry to keep you waiting. I know the table's been bouncing around and falling over everything else. Let's get right into it. We have a completely burned out piston. And when I say way too rich, let me try a different fender. That is just oil and metal in there. I don't see anything so far on the piston itself other than some damage up top here. The rings seem to be intact. See if we have any scarring in the cylinder itself. I do see something on the top side here, possibly. Let's feel it out. Okay, it was actually a piece of metal just sitting there. Or carbon buildup. That looks, I want to say, guys, like it's good. So, let's see. I think we just probably ran it so hot. The rings just did their job. Not that they failed. You can see on this side. This is from the 60-mile-an-hour run we did the other day. I did not video footage it. I did record it on my speedometer and enjoyed the wind in my hair. So on this side, it does look like the piston has locked the rings, and the rings are level to the piston itself. In other words, when I'm putting my hand on here, I'm running it back and forth. There's no raised ridge. So basically what happened was we just got so hot that the steel and was just rubbing back and forth with the aluminum from the piston, and it just ended up coating it because it was so rich. And so now we need to get a new piston that's not ring locked, because there's nothing but just the gases are just flowing up through the side. There's no compression. So if it's possible, we may even save this piston. More than likely, we'll probably end up just replacing it. I mean, we can get the rings with it, whatever. But that's really an awesome thing, man. You know, not everything's bad luck. And you guys know I go through plenty of it. So, all right. Let me get this camera back from wonky so it's not driving anybody insane. Cool. All right, guys. Well, hey, we'll do some more on that. Now that I've got it somewhat apart, the next phase would probably be taking apart the magneto so we can get the timing wheel on. If nothing else, we can just clean it out, call it good. Yeah, well, we'll figure it out. Pistons are cheap, luckily. Beauty of iron sleeve cylinders, just replace the piston. Yeah, if you can, man. That's a good tip. Wow, you got jokes, man. All right, everyone. Yeah, that would be cool. Could do a little show over in China or something and give them some love of Jesus, whatever. Church of Speed back in business. All right, anyway, guys, until the next show, be well, harm none, Godspeed.